Assalamu alaikum. Oh. MashaAllah. Purchased the book called Ruins by Sura, which is my book. And some of the stuff I think should have been put in the other book, the previous book to it. But not much to say today. Not doing anything really. In fact, I haven't got my guitar amp yet. I'm gonna have to wait for about 2 or 3 days before I can get that. Hopefully, inshallah. And this is my book 3, and it's quite a good read actually. I get caught into it, quite get stuck into it really easily. And morning reading. I seek refuge in God from Satan the rejected. In the name of God, most gracious, most merciful. Those who disbelieve have said, let us show you a man who tells you that after you are torn apart, you will be created anew. Either you fabricate lies about God, or he is crazy. Indeed, those who disbelieve in the hereafter have incurred the worst retribution. They have gone far astray. Have they not seen all the things in front of them and behind them in heaven and the earth? If we were, we could have caused the earth to swallow them and caused the masses to fall on them from the sky. This should be a sufficient proof for every obedient servant. We endowed David with blessings from us. O mountains, submit with him, and you too, O birds, we soften the iron for him. You may make shields that fit perfectly and work righteousness, but whatever you do, I am seer thereof. Solomon committed the wind at his disposal, trying 1 month come in and 1 month going, and he caused the spring of water to gush out for him. Also the dews worked for him by his Lord's leave. Any one of them who discarded our commands will subject him to severe retribution. He made for him anything he wanted: niches, statues, deep pools, and heavy cooking pots. O family of David, work righteousness to show your appreciation. Only a few of my servants are appreciative. When the appointed time for his death came, they had no clue that he had died. Not until one of the animals tried to eat his staff and he fell down, and the jinns realized that he was dead. They thus realized that if they really knew the unseen, they would have stopped working so hard as soon as he died. Sheba's homeland used to be a marvel. 2 gods on the right and the left. Eat from your Lord's provision and be appreciative of him. Good land and forgiving Lord. They turned away, and consequently poured upon them a disastrous flood. And we substitute their 2 gods into 2 gods of bad tasting fruits, thorny plants, and skimpy harvest. We just requited them for their disbelief. Do we not requite only the disbelievers? We placed between them and the community that we blessed other oases, when we scored the journey between them, travelled there in days and night in complete security, but they turned unappreciative and challenged. Although we don't care if you increase the distance of our journey without any station, they're just wrong thereon, so consequently we made them history and scattered them into small communities throughout the land. This should provide lessons for those who are steadfast. Appreciative. Satan found them readily from him fulfilling his expectations, and they followed him except a few believers. He never had any power over them, but we just distinguish those who believe in the hereafter from those who are doubtful about it. The Lord is in full control of all things. Say, if employ the idols you have set up beside God, they do not possess as much as a single atom in the heavens or the earth. Possess no partnership therein, nor does he permit them to be his assistants. Intercession with him will be vain unless it coincides with his will. When their minds are finally settled down and they ask, what did your Lord say? They will say the truth, and he is the Most High and the Most Great. Say, who provides for you from the heavens and the earth, say God, and either we or you are guided or have gone far astray. Say, you are not responsible for our crimes, nor are we responsible for what you do. Say, our Lord will gather us all together before him, and he will judge between us equitably. He is the judge, the omniscient. Say, show me the idols you have set up as partners with him. Say, no, he is the one God, the Almighty and most wise. We have sent you, O Rashad, to all the people, a bearer of good news, as well as a warner, but most people do not know. The challenge: when will this promise come to pass if you are truthful? Say, if you have a specific time or a specific day that you cannot delay, no by 1 hour, nor advance. Those who disbelieve have said, when we don't believe in this Quran or in the previous scriptures, if you could only envision the transgressors when they stand before the Lord, they will argue with one another back and forth. The followers will tell the leaders, if it were not for you, we would have been believers. The leaders will say to those who follow them, are we the ones who diverted you from the guidance after they came to you? No, it was you who were wicked. The followers will say to the leaders, it was you who schemed night and day, and then commanded us to be unappreciative of God and to set up idols to rank with him. Then we read them with remorse. When they see the retribution for, we will place shackles around the necks of those who disbelieved. Are they not justly requited for what they did? Every time we send a warning to a community, the leader of that community said, we reject the message you are sent with. They also said, we are more powerful, more money and children, we will not be punished. So my Lord is the one who controls all provision. He grants the provision to whomever he wills and reduces them. Most people do not know. It is not your money or your children that bring you closer to us. Only those who believe and lead a righteous life will receive the reward for their works. Multiply manifold in the abode of paradise, they will live in perfect peace. As for those who consistently challenge our revelations, they will guide in her attribution. Say, my Lord is the one who controls all provision. He increases provision from wherever he chooses, from among his servants, or reduces them. Anything you spend in the cause of God, he will reward you for it. He is the best provider. On the day he summons them all, he will say to the end, did these people worship you? They will answer, be glorified. You are our Lord and Master, not them. Instead, they will worship the jinns. Most of them were believers therein. On that day, you possess no power to help or harm one another, and we will say to the transgressors, taste the retribution of the hand that you used to deny. When that proof was recited to them perfectly clear, and they said, this is simply a man who wants to divert you from the way your parents are worshipping. They also said, these are fabricated lies. Those who disbelieved also said about the truth that came to them, this is obviously magic. We do not give them any other book to study, nor did we send to them before you another warner. Those before them disbelieved, and even though they did not see 1/10 of the miracle we have given to this generation, when they disbelieved my message, how severe was my retribution. They ask you to do one thing, devote yourself to God in pairs or as an individual, and then reflect. Your friend Rashad is not crazy. He is a manifest warner to you just before the advent of a terrible retribution. So I do not ask you for any way, you can keep it. My ways comes only from God. He is witnesses of all things. Say, my Lord causes the truth to prevail. He is the knower of all secrets. Say, the truth has come. Our falsehood can neither initiate anything nor repeat it. Say, if I go astray, I go astray because of my own shortcomings. And if I am guided, it is because my Lord's inspiration is here and there. If you could only see them when the great terror strikes them, they cannot escape then, and they will be taken away forcefully. They will then say, we now believe in it, but it will be far too late. They have rejected it in the past, they have decided instead to uphold with conjecture and guesswork. Consequently, they are deprived of everything they long for. This is the same fate as their counterparts in the previous generation. They harbour too many doubts. Sura 34, verses 7 to 54. Sadaqallahu al-Azim. لا إله إلا الله بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء وسع كرسيه السماوات والأرض ولا يؤوده حفظهما وهو العلي العظيم لا إله إلا الله أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Stop there. that was really was clear and clarifiable. But